Now, Wellness Wednesday on Fox 54 News, sponsored by WeGenesis.
One of the most vital organs in the body is the heart, and in an emergency, it can be a matter of minutes to save a life. So ask yourself, would you be able to do CPR if needed? Think about it. This week, we bring awareness on how lives can be saved if you know how to use an AED and perform CPR. This Wellness Wednesday, our Jasmine Bird introduces us to a cardiac arrest survivor who says CPR saved his life.
Knowing CPR is not something that you know for yourself. It's something that you know for other people. It's your friends, it's your family, it's your coworkers.
Evan Wagner is a cardiac arrest survivor who says he is here today because CPR saved his life.
So it was Veterans Day of 2020. I had gone out for a run with my 12-year-old son at the time. We live out in rural Madison County, so surrounded by a lot of farmland and not many houses. We'd gone about a half a mile, and I went into cardiac arrest and collapsed on top of my son.
The Avion Solutions president and CEO says his son ran to a neighbor's house for help.
She saw me lying there motionless. She called 911, ran over to her car, drove over across the pasture that was separating us, and she started she started CPR.
They continued CPR, hooked up an AED, and gave him a couple of shocks from the AED.
All in all, it was about 20 minutes of CPR and AED shocks before I regained a pulse.
American Red Cross volunteer Susan Sparks has firsthand experience with CPR and shares some common ways to identify a person who could be suffering from cardiac arrest.
Typically, they suddenly collapse. They have no heartbeat, no pulse, they're not breathing. Basically, they're clinically dead.
Sparks says every year in the United States, 350,000 people fall victim to sudden cardiac arrest outside of the hospital setting.
90% of those individuals die.
You go from having a pulse to having no pulse, and you almost immediately lose consciousness and stop breathing.
In Huntsville, Jasmine Bird, Fox 54 News.